Is it on? Oh, okay. Hi, my name is Dante Lee, and my character is Saint Thomas from the Last Days of Judas Iscariot by Stephen Otterly Gregorius. And I decided to do a eulogy out of the two assignments because mainly I wanted to explain the side of St. Thomas. Not everybody knows who St. Thomas is. People who are religious, if you're not, I'm going to give you a quick backstory on who St. Thomas is. St. Thomas is one of the 12 disciples that followed Jesus on his spiritual journey. And if you are a Christian or not, you already know that story, you know how that goes. St. Thomas was actually at first not one of Jesus' biggest believers. Like it or not, he was one of the guys that kind of rebelled against Jesus, but he still followed him. Mind you, still followed him. And when Judas betrayed Jesus, St. Thomas actually ran away. If you know the Bible, you know that some disciples wanted to die and died with Jesus in the cross. That wasn't St. Thomas. Actually, they called him the Doubting Thomas because he was one of the few people that doubted Jesus. So he damn sure wasn't going to die for him. You know what I'm saying? So St. Thomas was one. St. Thomas not only ran but didn't believe in Jesus. Now you look at that and be like, oh, he's a piece of crap. Da, da, da. Yeah, not necessarily. You haven't heard the full story, and that's why I'm here. I'm gonna share St. Thomas's background and how he got to be a disciple, right? Now, growing up, St. Thomas was born in India in the 1st century, I think back in 1519 AD, you can correct me on that. St. Thomas was born in India, and he was a big kid, big, strong, tall kid. But like it or not, he was very quiet. And he was very shy. He was very quiet. He didn't like to be around nobody. His dad wasn't really around. His mom was poor, just like everyone else in the community. They couldn't really provide for him. So St. Thomas was a quiet kid. And like it or surprisingly or not, he actually did get bullied. And then he found some friends later on in his life that actually treated him well, and he was loyal to them because, like, he was loyal to his mom. Because, really, to be honest, in his family picture, he was loyal to his mom. That's where his loyalty comes from. And when you're loyal to the wrong people, you could get hurt and you could crash with those people that you are loyal to. And that explains why Thomas is kind of sticking up for Judas, even though he betrayed Jesus. That's like the biggest betrayal ever. You could say that not believing Saint Thomas not believing in Jesus is a failure. But when Jesus let St. Thomas see his scars, he was a believer. And after that, St. Thomas was going all around Rome, Italy, India, and even China to spread the word of Jesus and the gospel. And I feel like even though he failed to believe in Jesus, he later had a success by not only spreading it, but they built a church after him. You go to Italy, Rome right now, you can go on Google, they built a church after St. Thomas. I don't know, it's Church of St. Thomas. I believe that's what it's called. You can correct me on that. But at the end of the day, his loyalty for Judas came from his mom. His mom, he was very loyal to his mom because his mom was struggling, and that's really all he had in the world. And when you can see why that Judas and St. Thomas were damn near like twins. Shoot, they even call St. Thomas the Dibalmas, the Dibalmas. I think that's how you say it. Don't correct me on that. But at the end of the day, St. Thomas was a loyal and he was a good person at heart. He might have had some bad experience in his life, but he was a good person at heart and he wanted to do the right thing at the end. And when he dies, you can obviously see his journey at the end part that he did the right thing at the end. But at the beginning was rough, the middle was okay, and the beginning, at the end, it was glory because not everybody knows him because he's one of the disciples. That is my eulogy. I'm Dante Lee. I'm out. Peace.